Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
There are now increased concerns of a global pandemic after an American tested positive for the new coronavirus. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. The American victim lives in Washington state. That unidentified American traveled through SeaTac Airport from Wuhan, China, perhaps exposing other people. No health screening measures were in place when he arrived in Seattle last week. But now, as we hear from Miguel Almaguer, that's all changing.
The male victim in his 30s is in good condition, still hospitalized here at Providence Regional Medical Center outside Seattle. Health officials say he's being treated for pneumonia-like symptoms in isolation after traveling through busy SeaTac Airport, the first confirmed American case of the contagious coronavirus.
I'm definitely concerned about how this virus is spread. We need to ask this gentleman a lot more questions to fully understand where he was and who he had contact with when he was in China.
When the victim arrived in Seattle, the infected American wasn't showing any symptoms and was never screened for the virus. But this morning, a change. All planes and passengers coming from Wuhan will now have to land at one of 5 major U.S. airports: Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, San Francisco, or New York, where heightened screening will be in place. The CDC says the extra layer of screening should help.
Right now, we think it's very safe for people to fly. We have no reason for concern right now about Americans traveling abroad.
In China, authorities say they're committed to containing the outbreak, with emergency measures already underway, including screening on airplanes, at train stations, and on city streets. Our Janice Mackey-Freyer is in Wuhan.
This is a busy city of 11 million people, so crowds are a fact of life, and people are worried. So they're wearing masks and taking whatever precautions they can to stay safe.
The virus is capable of spreading person to person. This woman says she's afraid to go anywhere without her mask. This morning, concerns of a global pandemic are spreading from a virus that's now reached the United States.
With an influx of Chinese travelers arriving here in the U.S. for the start of the Chinese Lunar New Year, which begins on Saturday, the CDC says we can expect an increase in the number of coronavirus cases. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Seattle.
The World Health Organization says that many symptoms caused by the virus can be treated, but there is no vaccine for the illness itself. Back at home here, it's another day of slick roads in the region, and troopers started the day early, responding to crashes and slide-offs. A pickup and cattle trailer jackknifed on I-94 east of Moorhead, pictured here. Authorities cleared up the road pretty quickly, so slow it down and give yourself extra time heading home from school or work. And if you have been outside at all for the rest of the day, or up to this point, I should say, you know that it's feeling quite a bit warmer from where we were. To see just how warm we can expect to get today, let's head on over to Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
Yeah, that lack of wind really makes a big difference for us here today. We've got that sunshine out there too, and temperatures on the rise. We're going to see those numbers into the 20s for the rest of the day and continuing into tonight. Should be a pretty mild one, with the cloud cover on the increase coming up here for today and the wind staying low. So all good things here coming up for us today. We're at 19 degrees currently in Fargo. It's 21 in Grand Forks. We're all the way up to 31 already in Sisseton, and a lot of places in the 20s here to head into the afternoon. Now, we have had some trouble with fog. We're looking at visibility in Thief River and Hallock, less than 2 miles there, and there have been some reports of icy roads as a result of this fog too. So please be aware that it's still slick. Even if we don't have the wind, we've got other issues creating the icy conditions in spots. And wind speeds again that are on the light side. We're seeing winds mainly under 10 miles per hour. You can see on our radar map here that we're looking pretty quiet. A few more clouds in the south. There is some precipitation to our south that may also bring us a little extra snow tonight and into Thursday. Here's a look at our snowfall so far. Today, of course, we haven't seen anything this month. We have had almost 7 inches of snow, and for the season so far, I've been getting lots of questions about just how much snow we have. We've seen about 41 inches of snow in Fargo and more than that in Grand Forks. So a lot of snow out there that we're dealing with, and we'll let you know if we've got more on the way coming up in just a bit.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. A Moorhead Road turned into a river this morning after a water main break overnight. Firefighters and street crews got the call just after midnight about flooding in the 600 block of 12th Street North. That's by the county courthouse and the law enforcement center. Water is contained to the gutter for about 1 block, and the roads are passable, but you will need to watch out for the barriers that are over the street gutters. A mother missing from the Standing Rock Reservation in North Dakota is now considered a victim of human trafficking. Kara Maui is listed as an endangered person. A trail of leads has led investigators to the Dallas, Texas area. Maui has been missing since November 8th. North Dakota wildlife officials say chronic wasting disease is growing in the state's deer population. Since the fall deer hunt, officials have found 8 more cases of the neurological disease. This brings the total number of confirmed CWD cases to 24 since the disease was first discovered in 2009. Infected deer have been found in south central, west central, and northwestern areas of the state. No harvested deer in eastern North Dakota have tested positive at this time. Chronic wasting disease is contagious, deadly. It's a contagious, deadly disease that's found in deer, elk, and moose. In our consumer alert, more than 40% of American adults don't have enough savings to cover an unexpected $1,000 emergency. That's the finding of a new report from Bankrate.com. 37% would need to borrow the money in some fashion, and 16% say they would finance it with a credit card and then pay it off over time. 14% would hit up family or friends for a loan, and 7% say they would take out a personal loan. Now, if you can stash away $20 a week, you'll have more than $1,000 by the end of the year. Toyota is recalling 3.4 million vehicles worldwide because of an electronic defect that could result in airbags not deploying in a crash. The majority of the affected cars were sold in the U.S. The recall covers the Toyota Corolla, Matrix, and Avalon, produced between 2011 and 2019, and is linked to one report of a deadly crash. Toyota dealers will make the repairs if necessary, and the company will notify owners of the recall by mid-March.